James, I once decided to completely transform my life at 11 o'clock on a Monday night.
That's a very specific, very dangerous time to make big decisions.
I know. I made a list with 12 goals. 12!
12? That's not a plan. That's a New Year's resolution having a panic attack.
Accurate. And how long did this transformation last?
Be honest.
2 days.
Painfully relatable.
By Wednesday, the list was being used as a bookmark.
A very expensive bookmark considering how much hope went into it.
So this episode is for anyone who has ever said, starting today, everything changes, and then quietly went back to normal by lunchtime. Hey, English learners, welcome to English Unchained, the podcast where we break free from boring textbook English and actually talk like real people. I'm Elena.
And I'm James, a man with a long, tragic history of unfinished personal transformations.
Today we're talking about how to actually change your life. Not the dramatic version, the real version.
Not wake up at 5 a.m., drink something green, and become a completely new human by Friday.
Please, no green drinks today. We're talking about change that fits inside a normal, busy, slightly chaotic life.
With work, tiredness, distractions, and a phone that somehow always knows the exact moment you're trying to focus.
It's like my phone has a sixth sense for my weakest moments. This matters for English learners too, because it's not only about grammar.
It's about actually showing up and practicing, even on the boring days.
Exactly. Many learners say, I'll study every day. And then real life interrupts that plan immediately.
I'll watch one video in English, then somehow 40 minutes later, you're watching unrelated videos in your own language.
We've all been there.
So today, we're going to talk about change in a smarter, kinder way.
Because maybe the issue isn't that you're weak.
Maybe the issue is that your approach needs adjusting.
And later, we'll explore some powerful words connected to habits and change in our word tour.
And we'll soften some harsh self-talk and say it better.
We hope you are enjoying today's episode. If this conversation is helping your English, please show us some love. Tap the like button, hit subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and drop a comment below telling us which country is on your travel bucket list. We might talk about it in our next episode. Your support means everything to us. Every like, every subscriber, every comment. It keeps English Unchained growing and helps us make better content for you. Now, let's get back to the lesson.
This episode works well for B1 and B2 learners.
And if you're A2, don't stress about every word. Just follow along and enjoy the conversation.
All right, let's get into it. James, what did your 12-goal list actually include?
Do I have to say it out loud?
Yes.
Fine. Wake up early, learn guitar, eat only healthy food, read a book a week, run every morning, stop wasting time online, and become a peaceful, organized person.
That's not a list. That's an entire new identity.
I wanted the full transformation, immediately.
And what actually happened?
Day one was glorious. I woke up early, felt amazing, thought I finally figured out life.
After one morning?
I was extremely confident.
And day two?
Day two, my alarm went off and a different, much weaker version of me turned it off immediately.
Classic.
By day three, the guitar was just decoration and the book was holding up my coffee mug.
At least it found a purpose.
A noble purpose.
So, what did you tell yourself after that?
I said, I have zero self-control. I always do this.
That sentence sounds very heavy.
It felt heavy too, like a permanent diagnosis.
This is exactly where a lot of people get stuck, blaming themselves instead of questioning the plan.
So the problem wasn't me?
Maybe the problem was your mindset going into it.
Mindset. That's basically the general attitude or way of thinking you have, right?
Exactly. You approach change like a punishment. 12 rules all at once. No flexibility.
I did make it feel very serious and intense.
And the moment real life returned, that intense version collapsed completely.
So it's not that I failed. The whole structure was unrealistic.
Exactly. One small, repeatable habit beats 12 dramatic ones every single time.
That's annoying, because it's obviously true.
Most useful advice is a little annoying.
Like flossing.
And replying to emails on time.
Don't attack me like this.
Let's talk about something connected to this habit.
A habit is something you do regularly, almost automatically, without thinking too hard, right?
Exactly. And big change usually comes from small habits repeated consistently, not from one giant effort.
So instead of, I'll completely transform my mornings,
Try, I'll drink water right after waking up. Something small enough that skipping it feels strange.
that sounds far less intimidating.
It is. And once a tiny habit feels normal, you can build on it slowly.
Like adding one brick at a time instead of building the whole house in one afternoon?
Beautiful comparison.
Thank you. I occasionally have good ones.
Let's talk about setback now, because everyone experiences this.
A setback is a problem or difficulty that stops your progress temporarily, right?
Exactly. Maybe you miss a few days, get sick, or simply get busy.
I had a huge setback last year. I tried learning Spanish for 2 weeks, then traveled for work and didn't open the app for a month.
And what did you think happened?
I assumed I had completely failed and gave up entirely.
But a setback doesn't erase your progress, it just pauses it.
I wish someone had told me that during my dramatic Spanish app abandonment.
A tragic chapter.
Very tragic. R.I.P. my Spanish journey.
The healthier response to a setback is simply restarting, without turning it into a huge failure story.
I paused. Sounds much gentler than I failed completely.
Exactly. Language really does shape how we feel about ourselves.
I think I also struggle with self-doubt, if we're being honest.
Self-doubt means not feeling confident or sure about your own abilities.
Right. Before starting anything new, my brain immediately says, you'll probably quit anyway.
That voice is incredibly common, especially with language learning.
People think, I'll sound silly speaking English before even trying.
And that doubt alone stops a lot of progress before it even starts.
So how do you deal with it?
You don't necessarily remove the doubt completely. You just act anyway, in small steps.
Action despite doubt, not the absence of doubt.
Exactly that. Confidence often comes after action, not before it.
That's surprisingly comforting.
It really is. Let's talk about routine next.
A routine is a regular sequence of actions you follow, often at similar times.
Right, and having a loose routine makes change far easier than relying purely on motivation.
Motivation feels like weather sometimes. Sunny, sometimes gone completely.
Exactly, but a routine works even on a cloudy, unmotivated day.
So if I always practice English right after lunch,
Eventually, it becomes automatic, almost like brushing your teeth.
I've genuinely never skipped brushing my teeth out of laziness.
Exactly, because it's deeply routine, not dependent on mood.
I want my English practice to feel that automatic.
It can, with enough repetition and patience.
Speaking of patience, that connects to our last idea, perseverance.
Perseverance means continuing to try even when things are difficult or progress feels slow.
That sounds like the opposite of my 12-goal Monday night disaster.
Completely opposite. Perseverance isn't loud or dramatic, it's quiet and steady.
We hope you are enjoying today's episode. If this conversation is helping your English, please show us some love. Tap the like button, hit subscribe so you never miss a new episode, and drop a comment below telling us which country is on your travel bucket list. We might talk about it in our next episode. Your support means everything to us. Every like, every subscriber, every comment. It keeps English Unchained growing and helps us make better content for you. Now, let's get back to the lesson.
Like continuing your English practice even during a boring, unmotivated week.
Exactly. Nobody sees those quiet weeks, but they matter the most.
That feels like a more honest kind of progress.
It really is. And it's something we can all build, slowly.
Slowly being the key word, apparently.
Always.
All right, I think we're ready to slow down and explore today's words properly.
Let's move into our word tour.
Our first word is mindset. Mindset means your general attitude or way of thinking about something.
Maybe you see mistakes as failures instead of useful information.
You could say, I'm working on having a calmer mindset about mistakes.
Or maybe you approach challenges with curiosity instead of fear.
Then you could say, a curious mindset makes learning easier.
Our next word is habit. Habit means something you do regularly, almost automatically.
Maybe you check your phone the moment you wake up without thinking.
You could say, checking my phone first thing is a hard habit to break.
Or maybe you've built a small positive habit recently.
Then you could say, drinking water in the morning is now a solid habit. Our next word is setback. Setback means a difficulty that temporarily stops your progress.
Maybe you got sick and missed a week of practice.
You could say, getting sick was a small setback in my routine. Or maybe a busy month interrupted your plans. Then you could say, that busy month was just a setback, not the end. Our next word is self-doubt. Self-doubt means feeling unsure or unconfident about your own abilities.
Maybe you hesitate to speak English because you're worried about mistakes.
You could say, self-doubt makes me quiet in conversations.
Or maybe you're starting a new skill and feeling unsure.
Then you could say, I'm pushing through some self-doubt this week.
Our next word is routine.
Routine means a regular sequence of actions, often done at similar times.
Maybe you've built a simple evening routine that includes reading for 10 minutes.
You could say, reading before bed is part of my routine now.
Or maybe your morning routine helps you feel more organized.
Then you could say, my morning routine keeps me focused.
Our final word is perseverance.
Perseverance means continuing to try, even when progress feels slow or difficult.
Maybe you keep practicing English, even during a frustrating, slow progress month.
You could say, this took a lot of perseverance, but I kept going.
Or maybe someone admires your patience with a long-term goal.
Then you could say, her perseverance with learning languages is impressive.
Wonderful. Today's words, mindset, habit, setback, self-doubt, routine, and perseverance.
Try using one of these the next time you talk about goals or personal growth.
Now it's time for Say It Better, where we soften harsh self-talk into something kinder and more natural.
Let's start with, I have zero self-control.
That sentence feels very final.
A more honest version, I'm relying too much on motivation alone.
Or I need a routine that doesn't depend on willpower.
Next, I always fail when I try to change.
Heavy sentence. Smoother version, my old approach hasn't worked yet.
Or I'm still figuring out what actually works for me.
Here's one. Something always stops me.
Too vague. Better, I need to understand my real setback.
Or tiredness is the barrier I keep running into. What about I'm just lazy? Much kinder version. I think I'm dealing with some self-doubt. Or I'm avoiding this because it feels overwhelming, not because I'm lazy.
One more. Nobody notices if I quit, so I quit easily.
Honest version. I think I need more support to stay consistent.
Or I'm going to ask a friend to check on my progress.
That doesn't mean you're weak. No, it means you understand yourself.
I really love this segment because better English often means choosing words that don't attack you.
Exactly. Kinder language, clearer thinking.
So now we want to hear from you. What's one thing you want to change, slowly and honestly?
Try using one word from today. Mindset, habit, setback, self-doubt, routine, or perseverance.
Thank you so much for learning with us today.
Keep practicing, be patient with yourself, and take one small step today.
Just one, not 12.
Definitely not 12.
Bye for now.